Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin. This is Sean Schwartz.
Hi, Sean.
Your coworker, Jeff Ritter. I needed to speak to him about in 2017, November and December, when we were talking about getting a lawyer. The fact that you called me back instead of him is kind of unnerving.
How can I help you find? Are you trying to connect to a lawyer? That's the kind of help you're looking for right now.
Well, not so much that. I need him to verify that I was trying to get one and that he had said that he would help me with that.
What do you need to verify that for? Help me understand this.
Well, because I wasn't able to get a lawyer, and he was, my friend Natalie disappeared, and she ended up dead. I was trying to get a lawyer so that I could fight her in court. But after she disappeared, Jeff stopped answering his phone.
Okay, so the, um, so you need verification that he tried to help you get a lawyer at some point. I'm sorry, I'm still not.
Well, in November, I started talking to him about getting a lawyer. He told me that I needed paperwork. I got the paperwork, but he was unable to. Well, we talked about it once after that because he was calling me every Tuesday. And during the week of Christmas, we didn't talk to each other. And immediately after Christmas is when Natalie disappeared.
Um,
Also,
I mean,
is
I'm really sorry that you were close to that event, which sounds awful.
it was worse than awful.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
As a result of all that situation, I was assaulted by the police on multiple occasions in the state of Colorado. And
So is that what you're trying to pursue? Are you still trying to get connected to legal representation?
I still do need to get legal representation. I'm currently in Cheyenne, Wyoming. I have multiple warrants out for my arrest in Colorado. I had to do some pretty drastic things to try to defend myself from some pretty dangerous predators. But it's not just that. There's also Kara Heller. I have the paperwork from my doctor's appointments that I was supposed to go to, but was prevented from going to. Now, although it wasn't the Colorado Coalition of the Homeless, it wasn't their fault that I wasn't able to make it to those appointments. Um, well, she's probably taking care of her kid now. She was pretty pregnant the last time I saw her. But as far as the legal representation goes, the fact that I was pursuing it at the time of Natalie's death is something that's important to note, and it's something that I need to bring up in court.
Okay.
So since Jeff was the one that I was coordinating with about that, it's Jeff that I need to speak to about that.
Do you have an upcoming court date?
No, I'm working on a civil case.
Okay. If you're working on a civil case, or if a lawyer contacts us and subpoenas something or requests something, we have processes to work with that, and we obviously comply with anything we have to. So that's totally doable. We would just need. I mean, we have our own legal department, or we at least have permanent legal counsel. And I've gone through this process before. And sometimes we've been subpoenaed to testify in court cases. Sometimes notes and that kind of stuff has been requested. There's a process. It depends. Medical notes has a whole different. There's different rules that apply, sections, all that kind of stuff. But if we get something coming from a lawyer trying to verify those kinds of things, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be able to help them out. It's going to have to come through a formal request. It's going to have to get reviewed and go to the
Sorry, you're cutting out.
Oh, so yeah, um, if you're working with a lawyer and you need to establish some of these like dates um, or facts, that kind of stuff, we probably will be able to help out. It's just gonna have to come through a formal request through a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
And you definitely can reach out to me in the future if that's the situation that you need.
All right.
You're trying to get access to
as far
notes,
as
or if you need Jeff to make a statement. It just there needs to be a formal legal process and a request and a reason for why we're doing it and what we're releasing specifically.
yes, sir.
So yeah, that's all doable. I don't see why there would be issues with that. It's just got to go through the normal process.
Yes, sir. Now the other thing, as far as the way the dynamics changed after Natalie disappeared. Before that, I was able to get rides. Afterwards, it was more of a. Well, the last time I saw Jeff, I was stuck on the mall on 16th Street Mall, and they were gonna take me down to the Colorado Coalition of the Homeless. What's the name of the clinic that's down there?
The Stout Street Clinic.
Stout Street Clinic. That's right. They were gonna take me down there, but Stout Street Clinic closed early, and they were gonna get me some bus tickets because I was stranded there, but they didn't bring any with them, and the Stout Street Clinic closed early. So that's the last time that I saw him. They told me they weren't able to give me rides anymore, and that's another thing that's important to note as well. I mean, when Natalie disappeared, the dynamics of every relationship that I had, including with my therapist, changed. So it's not like I wasn't making an effort. And as far as Jeff goes, if I have to subpoena that through a lawyer, I don't mind going through those processes. Matter of fact, I am in the process right now of getting housing up here in Wyoming, as well as getting an attorney. So, but they also were not entirely familiar with the Colorado laws or the Colorado lawyers, and I needed to see about.
Yeah, it's definitely it's not our expertise. I mean, we help connect people to the Colorado Legal Services, but we certainly are not experts.
Well, if you guys have
matters of law,
if you guys have a legal department that is able to help out at all, I'd like to get their phone number if I could.
The legal department, Joan, is legal counsel for the coalition, so it's not. She doesn't take on clients, that kind of stuff.
So it's for protecting you guys legally.
Yes.
Yes,
that
sir.
is our legal department. We've got a free legal clinic that comes over to the South Street Clinic once a month. We invite in outside groups to give legal advice. That's fairly new. But usually we refer people to Colorado Legal Services.
All right. Do you have a phone number for them?
For Colorado Legal Services?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right. Give me just a minute to grab a pen. All right. I have a pen now.
Okay. 303 837 1313.
And that's Colorado Legal Services.
Colorado Legal Services, correct.
Thank you, sir. All right, I'll see what I can do about getting that subpoena. I know you guys gotta try to do stuff professionally, and I will probably not be able to get started on this until Monday, but I'll try to get that to you as soon as possible.
Good luck with the housing, whatever the housing option is.
I do too. I have been without a house since Natalie disappeared, so hopefully it works out. I was able to get an apartment for about a month and a half in Nebraska, but their department there for Region 1, which they do something similar to what uh, Kara does, so they were going to help me out, but they ended up really screwing the pooch on that. I had to make a choice between keeping my place or going to court dates, and I'd never missed a court date before, so I chose to make it to my court date. I should have just kept the housing.
It's an unfair choice to be forced to make.
It is, but when you end up in a situation like that, you have to make tough choices like that, and I very much needed to go to court and very much needed to take the Bollinger family to court, so that's what I was working on at the time. I needed to jump through all of the government's hoops for them assaulting me, and that ended up being a giant pain in the ass because they decided to compartmentalize it, yet they were able to jump across jurisdictions to do whatever they wanted, including obtain evidence and destroy evidence and falsify evidence. So that's part of why I'm trying to get a civil case going. Um, I'm not trying to pursue any sort of legal ramifications towards you guys or any department that you guys have because really with the situation as it happened, it's not you guys' fault at all, and I understand the safety concerns surrounding Miss uh, Heller and also Mr. Ritter. When somebody's accused of something like that, yeah, you have to watch your own asses and you have to protect your own, you know.
Yeah.
So I got the number I needed, and I have your number saved, and I have Mr. Ritter's number saved. I have Kara's number on one of the cards in my pocket. I got a card from her almost every time I visited with her, so.
You do the whole collection, or you just have one left?
I just have one left.
Okay.
But,
okay. Well, yeah, if there's going to be a court procedure where your lawyers need to obtain that type of information, you can for sure get back in touch with me, and I will get you connected with all the people that we need to run it through.
well, I'll give them your number.
Like we comply with these things. We've been part of court cases before. No.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll make sure I give them.
Wish you luck up in Cheyenne.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Kevin. I'll make sure I give them your number instead of Jeff's, and that way we can try to do it all. You're Jeff's boss, right?
I am. Yep.
All right. Well, I'll make sure I give them your number, and they can obtain his number through you if it becomes necessary.
Yep. We can do that.
All right. Be safe. Thank you.
You too, Sean. Take care of yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. At the start.